There's a dim sum restaurant just behind me called Nuc Wing in Hat Yai. It's just off Nipat Songkrok 1 Road near the Jiranakorn Sports Stadium. Before I go in, I just want to say a few words about something that irritates me. And when I first came to Hat Yai, everyone kept telling me, oh, you must go to this particular dim sum restaurant. I won't give the name, but it's quite easy if you search, easy to find if you search online. And this place has got a fantastic reputation. So I went there and it was quite ordinary. And subsequently I went to many other dim sum restaurants that I thought were actually better. But this one has still got a fantastic reputation. So when the Malaysians come to Hat Yai, they all go there. My daughter used to go to a tutoring place quite nearby. So I was sort of in that area every Saturday morning. And there were queues of people. And if you look on a forum about where to go in Hat Yai, everyone will say, oh, you must go to this place. And it's not really that great. There are better places to go, I think, but those other places aren't recommended. And why do people do this? Why do they say, you know, you must go to this place if you're going to a certain location? Is it true altruism? Do they really want you to have the best time you can possibly have, so they tell you all the good places? Or is it just to sort of get a bit of one-upmanship? You know, they have some knowledge that you don't have. And on what basis do they make the recommendation? Do they go to every single dim sum restaurant in town, assess them all, and then recommend the best one? Or do they just repeat what they've already heard from someone else? And I suspect they just do the latter. They hear somewhere that gets recommended all the time, and then they just do the same. They just repeat it. So they say, oh, you must go to this place, and maybe they've never been. So if someone says that to you, just sort of take it with a pinch of salt. And the second thing, it's something that I really dislike actually, and I've never done, is this bucket list type thing, where if you're going somewhere, you do some research and talk to people, and you end up with a list of, say, 20 places that you must visit. And you spend all your time just trying to tick these places off the list. And you may not enjoy them. And if you weren't ticking places off the list, you may actually find places that you do enjoy. My first 4 trips to Thailand were probably the most enjoyable trips of all. And these were quite a long time ago, pre-internet. And it was also during a time when very few people came to Thailand. So if you said to someone, I'm going to Thailand, they didn't know anything about Thailand. There was nothing on the internet. There were very few books. Maybe the only book was the Lonely Planet, Southeast Asia on a Shoestring book. And the beauty of those trips was that you were sort of going completely into the unknown. It was a complete mystery. You didn't know what was there, and you just went and explored and found things, and that made it really great. And with the internet, that's all disappeared now. Anywhere you go, there'll be thousands of websites, thousands of YouTube channels, and there's sort of no mystery. So my advice would be really just to step back a bit and don't do loads of research. Pay little attention to what people recommend, and just go somewhere and explore. And I think you'll have a much better time. Anyway, having said that, let's take a look inside the restaurant. I never ate dim sum in the UK. There were none where I lived, and there were some in London in Chinatown, but I never went. So my first experience was in Thailand. And the format is that they bring out the uncooked dim sum here. You choose what you like and put it on a little silver plate. Give it to the guy. He will then put it in one of these steamers for 5 minutes. And when it's ready, he'll bring it to your table. They just put a little label on with your table number, and the system works quite well. If you don't like anything you see, don't worry, because as this food disappears, they'll bring out some more, and they might bring out something that you like. So this restaurant is quite big. We're quite early at the moment, so there's not many people. My wife and kids are already in here and eating. So once you've ordered your food, you order some drinks, and there's a drinks menu up here. And The place I mentioned earlier is sort of aimed at Malaysian tourists, so there will be English, maybe some Chinese in there. This place is for locals, so it's just all Thai. So here we have the shoot ron, the hot drinks, and the shoot yen, the cold drinks. Let's look at some of the cold drinks. We've got Ness, which I think is a abbreviation for Nescafe. Just dropped my glasses, sorry for the interruption. Cha, tea, Cafe Boran, Cafe coffee, Boran is like traditional. All one tin, that's the transliteration of Ovaltine. Cocoa, cocoa, nom sop, fresh milk, Manao, lemon, Cha Kiel, green tea, Cha Manao, lemon tea, Gratiup, the roselle juice, Keng Plau, it's just ice in a glass, Gekuai, which I think is chrysanthemum. So all your food, all your drink, and then sit down and enjoy it, which is what I'm just about to do. When I said earlier the restaurant didn't have many people because it was quite early, it wasn't quite as early as I thought. It's actually now quite late, it's after 9. And the reason is the same reason that everywhere else is quiet, it's because of COVID. I've never seen this place like this. Normally every table is full and there's people waiting to sit down. So very, very, very quiet. When it's time to pay, just tell one of the staff. They come over to your table and count the used containers and drinks and then give you your bill. I quite enjoy Thai food for lunch and dinner, but I have real problems in the morning with boiled rice and noodles. So most of the time I eat at home, just eat toast and marmalade and eggs and sausages and stuff. When I go out, you can get a Western breakfast in Thai restaurants. Most of the places are not very good. You get like a piece of plastic ham, a plastic sausage, toast is made from sliced white, not very nice bread, and a fried egg. It's okay, but it's not great. But I do know one fantastic place for Western breakfasts in Hat Yai. So just to give you a source of reference, this is the Hat Yai Bangkok Hospital, just over here. And the restaurant we're going to is just across the road in the corner. There's a little cafe Amazon on the corner, and it's just next door to that. And it's actually run by a friend of my wife's. They studied art together at university. My wife went on to be an art teacher, and this girl went to work as a chef in a restaurant, in a hotel in Koh Samui, and then she opened her own business here. Doesn't look much from the outside, but you'll find stuff on the menu that you just won't find in other places. You know, like eggs Benedict, and Western breakfasts are really good. At the moment, it's closed inside. You can't sit down and eat. You can order food to take home, or you can get it delivered. And initially, I thought this was some kind of government mandate, but it's not. It's her own decision. She's afraid of COVID and doesn't want any customers in the restaurant to reduce the risk of COVID. And what I was saying earlier about people just repeating recommendations, I'm not doing that. I've eaten at many places in Hat Yai, like a Western breakfast, and this is by far the best. And it's called Ong Tong. So it's open from 7:30 to 1400. So it's only open for breakfast and lunch. There's a phone number over here. Two mobile phone numbers. The girl's name is Ying. Sawadi krab. Oh, no one's talking to me. Sawadi krab, Ying. Jam dai mai krab. So, Ran yang pit ใช่ไหม Okay. เลือกเองใช่ไหม เลือกเอง Okay. จับเปิดเมื่อไรครับ
ยังไม่ชัวร์
Right.
ดูสถานการณ์ก่อน
Okay ครับ
อันนี้ไม่ยังอันตรายก็เลยปิดก่อน
they're saying it's dangerous, and they're still not sure when they're gonna open, but hopefully soon. Okay, that's my Western breakfast recommendation in Hat Yai, Ong Tong in Hat Yai. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thank you for watching, and more videos soon.